Hey Exalts, PoE Academy here with a short video on how you can level any character while making some decent profits. Imagine you just hit level 70 with your character and want to start pushing your build towards endgame. Normally, you would just run some maps and maybe gain 200 to 300,000 XP per hour in your mid 80s if your build is decent. Sounds good? Well, there's another way to gain much more XP per hour, making some decent money along the way, and here's how. If you think of quick leveling, you might remember Beachhead Rotas, but they are not as profitable as they were in other leagues. Wait, you don't know what a rotation is? Well, it's pretty easy. You simply find 5 other exiles that want to run the same content, let's say a map. Each one brings his own map and you run all of them, basically splitting the cost by a factor of 6. Rotas are generally used for niche content, but they are extremely good for this purpose. The one I've been doing for a while now are so-called Beachhead Rotations. They are easy to join, they are quite profitable, very convenient, and you don't want to miss them if you really want to level your character very quickly. Have you ever heard about this strategy? Let me know in the comments. All you have to do to get into Beachhead Rotations is to get your hands on a T15 Beachhead map. They are currently sold for 14 chaos each. If you don't want to buy them, you can also buy Harbinger orbs for 2C each and use them on any red map in your stash to create a beachhead map. From my experience, you will get a beachhead map every 3 to 4 Harbinger orbs this way, meaning 6 to 8C per beachhead. If you got your hands on one of those maps, it's time to join a rotation. If you type /global820 in your chat window and activate the global chat, you can find a rotation quite easily. Alternatively, you can create your own rotation, but I don't do this, as rotations are popping up quite frequently in Global 820. A small tip before joining a group, always ask for the server, since you want to avoid a high ping when the group is from the other side of the world. The group usually runs clockwise and clears the outer circle first, skipping all inner platforms as well as the boss room. The maps will always have the same layout, so it's pretty easy to remember this approach. Just make sure no player is further away than 1 to 2 screens from dying mobs, as they will start missing out on XP. So, we talked a lot about the basics, but what can you expect from this strategy, or in other words, why is it so charming? Well, Harbingers drop a lot of currency shards, and in a T15 beachhead you will see a lot of chaos, ancient orb and even some exalted orb shards. The return from one map wouldn't justify your 15C investment, but if you run 6 maps, you can make some decent returns while getting a lot of experience. 500,000 XP per hour at level 90 seems unrealistic? Well, not in a red tier beachhead. They provide so much XP because they host only magic and rare monsters. You can barely die either, as the restricted monster variety in beachheads makes them pretty easy to run. Additionally, you will make anywhere between 70 to 1.5x per hour in rotations. It's not your top 1% money making strategy, but it's very decent. If you want to brute force your character level to 100 or whatever the goal of yours is, you now have a very obtainable and convenient strategy at your disposal. I hope that you find this strategy interesting now that you've learned everything about it. Happy leveling and see you in the next one!